You're driving on a dead straight road in the Australian outback. There's no moon. The darkness outside your car isn't just dark, it's a solid thing, a physical presence. Then you see it, a single point of light hovering above the horizon. You slow down, and it slows down. You speed up, and it speeds up, effortlessly keeping pace with your vehicle. It's not a car. There's no sound, no beam, just a silent, luminous sphere that seems to be watching you. What you just experienced is not a ghost story. It's a documented phenomenon that has terrified witnesses for over 100 years. And what scientists are now discovering is that the explanation is far more terrifying than any ghost. It's a glitch in the human brain, a flaw in your own perception that can trick you and an entire community into seeing something that defies all logic. I've spent weeks digging into the archives, the witness testimonies, and the scientific reports. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly what the official records reveal about the Min lights, what hundreds of sober, credible witnesses saw with their own eyes, and why the most advanced neuroscience suggests that this phenomenon isn't just out there in the dark. It's inside your head. The story begins in the heart of nowhere, Boulia, Queensland, a remote town in a region they call the Channel Country. This is a landscape designed to test the human mind. It's impossibly vast, ancient, and flat. For days, you can drive and see nothing but the red earth and the shimmering horizon. It's a place where the senses can starve. And it's here, around the turn of the 20th century, that the sightings began. The name itself comes from the old Min Hotel, long since burned to the ground. The most persistent legend tells of a stockman who, in the early 1900s, saw a strange light hovering over the small cemetery near the hotel. He fled in terror, telling everyone in Boulia what he'd seen. Soon after, others started reporting the same phenomenon, a floating, silent ball of light, sometimes white, sometimes yellow or red, that would appear on the horizon and follow travelers for miles before vanishing as suddenly as it appeared. By 1940, the sightings were so common they were being reported in newspapers across the country. The official record is dense with accounts. In 1957, a farmer named Jack Pushbutton reported being followed for nearly an hour on the road to Winton. He described it as a large, fuzzy ball of light that stayed about 200 yards behind his truck, no matter his speed. In 1971, a group of surveyors documented a light that split into two separate orbs, which then danced around each other before merging back into one. Think about the consistency. Over a century of reports from different generations, all describing the same impossible characteristics, a light with no sound, no heat, that can travel at incredible speeds, stop instantly, change direction on a dime, and appears to interact intelligently with the people who see it. This isn't folklore. This is a pattern, a documented, recurring event that happens in the real world. The facts are there. The explanation is not. But this is where the mystery deepens, because the lights don't just appear. They perform. They interact, and the witness testimonies, when you read them back to back, reveal a terrifying intelligence. In 1982, a family driving home from a cattle station reported a Min light that didn't just follow them, it played a game of cat and mouse. When they stopped the car and got out, the light would retreat. When they got back in and drove away, it would reappear and draw closer. They said it felt like it was curious, like it was observing them. Then there's the account from a local policeman, Sergeant Robert Frazier, stationed in Boulia in the 1990s. He was a skeptic. He'd heard the stories for years and dismissed them, until one night on patrol, he saw it himself, a brilliant white light that paced his patrol car for more than 20 minutes. He radioed it in. He tried to get closer, but it maintained its distance perfectly. In his official report, he wrote, "The object displayed a form of intelligence. It was not a random natural phenomenon." How do you explain that? This isn't just one or two people seeing something odd in the dark. It's hundreds of accounts, documented for decades, all pointing to the same impossible conclusion. This thing is aware. And here is the thing that investigators and scientists who have studied this case keep coming back to. After more than a century of documented sightings, including photographs, video recordings, and even radar contacts, there is still no universally accepted scientific explanation for what the Min light actually is. Think about what that actually means. Every attempt to definitively prove what it is has failed. This is what elevates the Min light from a local curiosity into a profound scientific paradox. The most bizarre accounts are the ones that defy any conventional explanation. Multiple credible witnesses have described the light hovering just feet from their vehicle. They describe it not as a hard point of light, like a headlight, but as a soft, pulsating orb about the size of a watermelon that seems to fuzz out at the edges. Some have even claimed to see dark shapes moving inside of it. Stop. If it were just a distant light, a simple mirage, no one would be talking about it a century later. It's the close encounters, the interactive behavior, the sheer physical impossibility of it all that makes this mystery endure. It's the reason why, when you talk to the people who have seen it, you don't hear excitement in their voice. You hear fear, because they experienced something that told them the world doesn't work the way they thought it did. So, what is it? Researchers have been trying to answer that question for decades, and the theories they've come up with range from the probable to the profoundly disturbing. The first and most widely accepted scientific theory is that the Min light is a form of natural mirage called a fata morgana. It happens when there's a sharp temperature inversion, a layer of cold air trapped beneath a layer of warm air. This creates a lens in the atmosphere that can bend and magnify light from sources hundreds of miles away, like the headlights of a truck or a distant campfire. The light appears to float and move because the atmospheric lens itself is unstable and shimmering. It's a neat explanation, supported by physicists, and it almost works, but it completely falls apart when you look at the evidence. A fata morgana cannot explain a light that paces a car at 100 kilometers an hour. It cannot explain a light that hovers 20 feet from a witness, and it certainly cannot explain a light that responds to human action, that retreats when you approach it, or splits into multiple, independent orbs. The scientists who champion this theory have to ignore the vast majority of eyewitness accounts to make it fit. The second theory is that it's some form of undiscovered natural phenomena, maybe bioluminescent insects swarming together, or gases escaping from geologic faults, something called earthquake lights or spook lights. This is a popular idea for unexplained lights all over the world, but again, it doesn't match the facts from the Australian outback. The Min light is often a single brilliant orb, not a swarm of tiny insects. It appears in dry weather, not just over swamps where gas would form, and it can last for hours, moving with purpose. These natural phenomena are random and fleeting. The Min light is consistent and intelligent. This brings us to the third theory. It's not about physics or biology. It's about neuroscience, and honestly, it's the one that should worry you the most. This theory proposes that the Min light isn't a single thing at all. It starts as a simple, ambiguous stimulus, a distant car headlight, the planet Venus on the horizon, a campfire, a simple point of light in an otherwise empty, featureless landscape. Your brain, specifically your visual cortex, is a pattern recognition machine. It evolved to find predators in the grass and faces in the trees. It cannot stand a vacuum of information. So when it's presented with this single, lonely point of light in the total blackness of the outback, it goes to work. It tries to make sense of it. The slight, natural movement of your own eye, an effect called autokinesis, makes the light appear to move. Your brain interprets this movement as intent, as intelligence. And once the story of the intelligent Min light exists in a culture, your brain is already primed with an explanation. It fills in the gaps. It projects the legend onto the light. The fuzziness, the pulsation, the intelligence, it's all a creation of your own mind, desperately trying to build a coherent reality out of sensory deprivation. And here's the truly chilling part. When an entire community believes in the same story, they begin to experience the same illusion. The collective belief warps perception on a massive scale, influencing what entire communities see. The scientists who examined this case never gave a public explanation that satisfied all the reports, because you can't scientifically measure a shared hallucination. The Min light isn't a phenomenon of the night sky. It's a phenomenon of the human brain. This is the moment you need to understand. This mystery is not about a strange light in Australia. It's about the fundamental mechanics of your reality. You believe what you see is real. You trust your senses to deliver an accurate, unfiltered picture of the world. But the Min light serves as a terrifying counter-argument. It proves that under the right conditions, your brain doesn't just interpret reality. it creates it. It will take an ambiguous flicker of light and build a story around it, give it intelligence, a personality, and then present that story to you as fact. It will do this so convincingly that you would bet your life on what you saw. So the question is no longer, what is the Min light? The question is, how much of your own everyday reality is a similar construction? What other glitches in your perception are shaping your beliefs, your decisions, your entire life without you even knowing it? The Min light isn't just a mystery out there in the dark. It is a mirror, and it shows that the most uncharted and perhaps the most haunted territory of all is the 3 pounds of gray matter between your ears. You see the world not as it is, but as your brain allows you to. To understand the hidden mechanics that drive your perception and dismantle the illusions that control you, subscribe, because what you just discovered is only the beginning. The next file we are opening concerns a sound, a deep humming noise recorded in oceans all over the globe that to this day has no identifiable source. A sound that, according to our known biology, no living thing on this planet should be able to create.